This is the view from my spot. And by the way, like right now, it's Thursday. Doesn't matter if you're broke, you're rich, whatever. Everyone's gonna go through stress. Let me see you eat the banana. It's like, bro, got the eggs here. Bro, you lied to me?
Isn't that amazing? This is Miami Beach.
I'm a multi-billionaire, a centi-billionaire. Money loves me, lady luck loves me. I went to prison at 16, not juvenile hall, prison. He's like, man, don't hold your breath. He freaking fired me. Just literally melts in your tongue.
It's a solid 7.
Pizza cheers. What's up, guys? Another YT video. What it do? Currently here in Miami, and I'm actually in Brickell right now. So posted up here, looking at different properties. I've been here for about a week, and honestly, I really need to get used to making content on a more consistent basis. I mean, I had a driver driving me around. I met with multiple people. My boy Jados, shout out to you. Pretty much my last day here. The plan was to basically get just a crazy supercar down here or a hypercar if they're available and just mash in the streets of Miami, get some dope content of the city. And that's what I wanted to do. But then the last day I'm here, it happens to be that storm is here. So then now I can't do that. Lesson learned. If you're going to do something, do it.
This is the view from my spot. When it comes to heights,
my knees are buckling right now. I don't like heights at all. I just woke up, by the way, and I just decided to do this because I realized that the entire time I had forgotten to do this. So there's my stones. Get you some stones, okay, for that protection. These are my little eddies, man, my little edibles to sleep. I don't take it to get high.
and by the way, like right now, it's Thursday. There's usually a bunch of yachts, right? And then it's also raining.
Imagine if life was just all sunshine. I'm telling you right now, it'd be so boring. I mean, you'd have a lot of fun, right? In the beginning, maybe. Because it's kind of like this kind of neutral based thing. If you're having fun and it's all fun and it's not changing, then you're not really getting the ups and downs. It's just a full flat line through. And what happens when you flatline? You ain't breathing. You ain't alive. You ain't here no more. With that being said, if you're going through dark times, you need to understand that it's meant to be. That's what makes you more resilient. That's what makes you who you are. So keep that in mind because sometimes a lot of us forget, we go through stresses. It's all there to make you resilient and learn what you're supposed to learn in this lifetime. Be aware of that, man, and understand that it doesn't matter if you're broke, you're rich, whatever. Everyone's going to go through stress, right? We're all human beings. We're all going to go through something. Money doesn't change any of that because so long as you're going like this, you're getting the ups and downs, you're alive, breathing. Connect with that truth. All right, anyways. You know what? I'm going to go make breakfast, okay? I'm going to make eggs. I'm going to show you guys how to make eggs. I always bring this with me. Oh, by the way, I always bring this with me. It's like a little Yeti mug. I freaking love this thing so much. I mean, because literally if there was a zombie apocalypse, I could still heat up water in that thing. I bought this here just because they don't have a filter. I always bring this baddie with me right here. This is what I use for marathons to drink my water. Yeah, I got my eggs. I got my honey. Got the coffee. Here, very simple stuff. I like to meal prep. It makes it easier for me. Okay, we got steaks. We got chicken. Frozen blueberries. Okay, so like I said, we are going to make eggs. That's it. Nothing else. Just gonna have eggs. Oh, what was that? What was that? You think I should put some chicken? All right, fine. I'll put some chicken. Oh, by the way, I'm also going to use this. And what I like to do is take this, a banana, and eat it while I'm cooking. Now, I know you guys want to see me eat the banana because I've actually had people DM me who saw me with a banana and said, yo, let me see you eat the banana. It's like, bro, it's a freaking banana, bro. There's the chicken that I got last night. You get some of this. Bam. When you're trying to lose weight, 0 calories, my guys. 0 calories, okay? I like to meal prep. I could go to restaurants, sure. So I got my chicken cooking here. I got the eggs there. So this looks pretty good. Guys, an egg. You simply hold the pan. You don't have to, but I do. And then one good, but not too good. Push through on the edge. I'm going to show you these eggs too. So far I put 2 eggs. Come on now, Jeff. So I got some salt. Bam.
salty. Salty. Throw a little bit of pepper. Not too much, just a little bit. This is my style of eggs, okay? This is how you do it right. Then I start plugging. Ooh, how you like that, huh? How you like that yolk? How you like that yolk? Cooking's about having fun. It's about releasing some things, right? That you need to release sometimes. Gets a lot of stuff off of your chest when you do this right. Got that? And that, my friend, is how you make eggs. Grab this big guy right here. And bam. Finished product. That's like some Michelin star. Michelin star. Got the eggs here. Check it out. Nice and hot. It is what it is. It's nice and crispy. And then you add the eggs with the salt and the pepper. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have a good workout later. But this is basically what I usually eat in the morning, minus the chicken. Let's not forget about this bad boy. Lactose-free good culture. Just straight up cottage cheese. What I'm trying to figure out is it better to eat this during the meal or before or after? If anyone knows, let me know. Leave it in the comments. Whenever you see this video, just leave it in the comments. Even if it's like a year from now or 10 years from now. I'm telling you, if someone was here with me and I served this to them, they are legit going to like it for sure. And then I remember, because literally I go into the office 6 days a week, be there at 4:30, leave at like 7 p.m., 8 p.m. So outside of meditating and all these other things that I was doing, and then running a business and making money. Let's see. I finished everything like a big boy. I remember my dad, he used to always sit at the table like this and just stare at me when he was done eating. And I wasn't done with my food yet, right? I mean, dude, rest in peace to him and his soul. I definitely miss him. He passed away a couple years ago from cancer. I definitely missed him. I did have a lot of fucking built up, just pent up anger and rage towards him because he grew up with kind of the iron fist, He'd sock me up, slap me. And I really just hated him for that. But then I realized that a lot of that, in some weird way, I can't explain how, it made me stronger. It made me who I am. It even gave me some loose screws, right? And I feel like every person, especially when you look at multi-billionaires, right? Multi-trillionaires, have a bit of a loose screw. It happens. And so, towards the end of his life here on earth, I remember, our relationship got better and I wish I could have done more to help him. And when he passed, I remember I was so pissed off because I was thinking in my head, I didn't do enough. And I was just so upset with myself. But my girl told me that that's not how I should feel. It's a stupid way to go about life and it's a depressing way. And so I thought about that and I was thinking, okay, yeah, that's true. Because if I was a good son to him and, I took care of my parents, bought them a house. I mean, just always did my best to take care of them and show them a good time. Took them to, on vacations and stuff like that. Just, things that are nice, to spend time with them. Every time I think about it, though, it makes me a little sad. So I'm kind of feeling that right now. Yeah, so anyways, I don't know. I don't know if you ever heal from things like that. But who knows? And that's what I mean. Sometimes it's just dark, right? Sometimes the sunshine isn't out. And doesn't mean you don't get out of bed, take a nice deep breath, and keep going. That's what life is about. It's about going. You keep going. Because one day, it's all going to stop anyways. Might as well enjoy what's in front of us. Might as well enjoy the people around us. Might as well enjoy the tough times. Might as well enjoy the good times. And at the end of the day, you can look back when your time comes and you're on your deathbed, or even afterlife, maybe if something happens where you can look at your life in the past and think, wow, and you just be like, damn, I did all of that. And it's not necessarily in all the big things, it's in all the little things. Like the other day, I hired a guy who was Ubering me and I go, you know what? How much you get paid per day when while you're Ubering? He's like, well, I make about $120 to $150 per day here in Miami. I said, okay, well, I'll pay you $200 a day to drive me around, show me all of Miami, because he was from Miami, and take me to all of my properties that I need to go to, take me to all of my appointments, and then, that's it. He said, okay. And during that time, I asked him if he ever ate at South Beach, and he goes, oh yeah, I've ate at South Beach. And so I took him to one of the most infamous, or I guess famous spots on South Beach, and we sat down and we had kind of a dinner down there. And he's like, Jeff, thank you. He's like, this is really amazing. This $200
$100 made a huge difference in my life. And I really appreciate you hiring me. And thank you for taking me here because I've never been here before. And then I go, bro, you lied to me? He goes, no, I was just embarrassed to tell you that I'd never been to this restaurant. He's like, honestly, I can't afford it. And I have to use the money to pay for my kids and my wife. And you know what I'm saying? Like for him, he was thinking, you know, I'm not rich. I don't have money. You know, I got to use it on my family. I got to, you know, make sure I take care of them. In his head, he would never be there, right? He's like, he told me, he said, this was like a dream to me just a day ago. You know, like I never thought I'd be here on South Beach, eating at this nice restaurant, enjoying the air, watching people walk by. I'm usually the driver just bringing people here, dropping them off, and kind of dreaming about eating here one day. Now here I am. So he was able to sit there and experience it in a way that he had dreamt of. And that's what I mean. It's little things like that that matter, right? Acts of kindness, you know, that you remember or that people remember about you. And it's just a nice thing. Acts of kindness are a nice thing. And again, it goes back to the little things. It's the little things that make like the big things, right? And so, yeah, in business, it's going to be stressful. In business, you have to be cutthroat. You have to be gung-ho when it comes down to it, especially when you're dealing with your competitors. And then there's another side to it where, you know, in life, you can show kindness. You don't have to, and kindness doesn't mean you're this nice guy, right? You're this nice guy that everyone takes advantage of. No, it's not that. Kindness is different. Kindness is just doing something for someone, right? That makes them feel good, that maybe changes their life, that makes them think differently, inspires them, you know, makes them feel valued. So with that being said, yeah, just always keep that in mind and understand that right now, even if you're in the darkness, after the storm, my friend, sunshine always comes out. All right, guys, peace out.
But real quick, I mean, I just got to show the sky one more time because look at that sun. Look at that water. It's just flawless. I'm breathing in the best air right now.
It's amazing. It's incredible. It's vibrant. So anyways, oh, and by the way, I should say this because one time some guy DM'd me, you know, one of those anonymous accounts where he's like, oh, you're not even oceanfront, dude. You're not even oceanfront. And to be honest with you, I mean, unless the oceanfront has some type of partial city view, I don't care for oceanfront. All right, so I just finished taking a shower. You know what? I might as well share what I do here to have this flawless skin. Well, not so flawless, but I'll tell you what, it's worth, you know, doing these little things that help you stay solid. You know what I mean? Not looking like a old wrinkly ass mummy. And this is a hack that I learned earlier on in my life. I blow my nose and then I take these Q-tips like so, and I just go roundabout in my nostrils, left to right, right to left. And don't forget to clean your ears too. Then I use this as a deodorant. From my understanding, Dr. Squatch is pretty, you know, and then I put some eye cream on. So I just tag it up like this. And it's good to take care of yourself, gentlemen. The ladies will take care of themselves, you know, much more than men usually. Because we show macho. Macho doesn't mean, you know, being a crazy ass man doesn't mean you don't, you know, take care of yourself. And then what I use to put on my face usually, I might put some other things on, right? But usually I'll put this on. And then what I do, just for a little bit of smell good, is I'm gonna put this on today. I usually put one here, maybe one here, but right now I'm just gonna put it on top, spray one spray, and then voila. Just let it do its thing. I like to take in the scent a little bit too. I got oils too that I might use. I got this oil called Money, and it's a pretty nice oil. Self-help isn't just about business and money and optimization. It's about physical presence as well and making yourself feel good. So a lot of these things, for example, doing things that are super simple and just, you know, nice. You know what I mean? Oh, just so you guys know, I did move to Fontainebleau. So there was some weird stuff going on at the Ikahn Brickle. I went downstairs to grab some breakfast, and then all of a sudden I smelled what smelled like just doo-doo and diapers. And I realized that there was a sewer problem, specifically because some of the water that was coming out, it was like cloudy at first, and then it was brown. And this was all the sinks, including the the shower and even the toilet, which was really weird to me. So Just real quick, let me just show you this room. It's pretty chill. So you got a TV, there's a closet, bath, there's, the bed. That's where all the magic happens, okay? That's it right there, man. That's the shower. That's the bed. I hog the pillows. I use all of them usually. Just because I have to kind of lay down. It's weird, okay? I got this thing. It's not GERD. It's just something else where my esophagus doesn't close all the way. So let's just say hypothetically I was upside down. Whatever is in my stomach would kind of come out, Not crazy, but what it does is when there's acid there, I'm not a big fan of that. Oh, dude, it was weird. And anyways, I'm flying out my girl here to Miami. So Trisha's landing today. I was at Brickell yesterday. So Trisha's landing today and we're going to go gallivant a little bit, maybe look at some investment opportunities, things of that nature. And okay, going back to what I was saying, I literally lucked out. There is an event going on here and there were no rooms available. Not even, none. And I went on Airbnb and there happened to be one room available. I just hit him up and said, hey man, if I reserve this, can I do an early check-in right now? And the guy's like, yeah, no problem, man. Just, reserve it because I'm sure you see it. It's the only room left. So I got it. I lucked out. Now, is it like the most glorious room ever? No, it's not. However, I'm pretty sure I'm going to create some pretty fine lasting memories in here, specifically when my girl gets here. Wink, wink. Okay, so let me take you guys outside real quick because it's so beautiful out here. And look at that. Isn't that amazing? This is Miami Beach. I get the bay view too as well. And the city views as well. Hold on, let me show you the chairs. I had a few cigarettes, okay? Sometimes I smoke, not all the time. Actually, I'm working on quitting that and drinking. That's the truth, because, it's really, what I've noticed about life is it's really important to understand. Like when I opened my investment firm, I literally stopped drinking and smoking, right? I would wake up at 3:30. I would start meditating. I would do my stretches. I'd be in the gym by 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I'd work out. So be in the office at about, 6:30. Sometimes I'd even skip working out. Actually, most of the time I skipped working out because I wanted to be in the office at 4 a.m. Dude, you didn't even see me talking. It's so crazy. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to say it again. Money loves me. Money comes to me through multiple sources on a continuous basis. I'm a multi-billionaire, a centi-billionaire. Money loves me. Lady Luck loves me. You need to say to yourself multiple times until all of your little brokey thoughts get out of your mind and you are just constantly on that level. Part of that, something that really helps, is not drinking and smoking because that shit just really... Okay, anyways, my battery went out on me as I was speaking. Yeah, man, I'm feeling righteous right now. But the bottom line is sometimes you just need to stop doing all of the stupid things that you're doing, all of the vices, and you just need to focus, man. You just need to focus at the end of the day because that's what it's going to take to win. You know what I mean? And I've made millions and millions of dollars. And I really could just stop right now if I wanted to, but it's just not me. I mean, since I was a kid, I wanted that Lamborghini. I got it. I used to have a picture of it with a bombshell modeling on it, basically just straddling the red Lamborghini Countach, and I'd wake up to it every morning. I finally got my own Lambo, and now it's time to it's really time to get that G700. Yeah, 200-foot yacht. Part of that process is making sure that I'm super focused. So right now I'm toning down a lot of the things, and pretty soon I'm going to stop drinking. I'm going to stop smoking. I'm not going to be doing any of that. I'm going to be super focused because that's what it takes to attain real success, okay? And yeah, man, that's what it's about to me. I get high off of that. I get high off of making money, calculating, strategizing, because there's always going to be competitors, man. The road to riches is not an easy one. You're going to always have haters and people all up in your way, all up in your business. As a matter of fact, when I first opened, right before I opened the investment firm, did you know how many colleagues I had that were like, oh, Jeff, no, you shouldn't do that. Do you know it's mafia, man? This is an investment firm. You're not going to make it, dude. You need hundreds and millions of dollars to do it, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, a lot of the people that I worked with, I worked at an investment firm, by the way, and I learned everything from these investment firms. And even the people that worked there, right, they would laugh at me because I rolled up in, this little car and it was just old, right? And I come out of there swagging. I was in a Lambo because truth be told, I was already in my Lambo when I was pulling up in that thing. And people would laugh at me and make fun of me, these so-called colleagues. Eventually, I pulled up in a Lambo. Eventually, hired a lot of those guys to work in my investment firm. So it's a funny thing, right? It is what it is. Don't let anyone get in the way of you and your dreams. And if you let anything stifle your ambition, then how ambitious are you really? So you got to understand that, man. It's about focusing. And so part of that is removing your vices if you really want to plug in. Word to anyone who isn't doing that kind of stuff, right? Word to people who, much respect to people who, just their lifestyle is that, right? And they're constantly on the grind and they're, up late at night and thinking through things, thinking through moves, creating content, doing whatever it is. Much respect to you, man. That's all I got to say. A lot of the times you don't even want to start with these vices. They're just an insane waste of time. That's really all there is to it. So yeah, I'm here at the Fountain Blue. I'm going to gallivant with Trish. We're going to do our thing. She's landing at about 12. She's going to come down here. We're going to do our thing. It's going to be fun. And I worked for like 2 decades of my life. I was grinding when I was 18. And I went to prison at 16. Not juvenile hall, prison, because I lost my fitness trial, dude. Which means they charged me as an adult at 16. I fought my case at 16. I lost the fitness trial. We went to court. And by the time I was like 17 and a half, okay, I wasn't convicted. I took a deal. And then I ended up going to state penitentiary. I did time in Donovan. For those of you who are like, yeah, right, bro, you didn't do time in prison. My number was P36709. Okay, look me up, man. Okay, and so I was in a cell for I think 60 days just by myself. I went through all that. I literally maxed out my parole. And so that when I got out, I was about 22. I'm not going to look back and look at the paperwork. I'm just being honest with you, okay? This is just kind of part of my story. I did so many things in sales that I just naturally, over 2 decades, got better at sales. And then eventually, I found myself at this investment firm. I would have kept on working there. I was making pretty good money. And one time, the owner of it, he was about my age. And it's weird because I'd roll up in this shitty car and he rolled up in this Rolls Royce Wraith. And I'm like, man, that's a beautiful car. I said, yeah, one day I'm gonna have that. And he's like, man, don't hold your breath. And I'm like, okay, bro, I want to build a business where I want people to have Rolls Royces. Yeah, one day they hired a new CEO, said his little spiel, his little speech, and he's like, does anyone have any questions? And I said, okay, does this affect the lead generation system? Are we gonna be changing it up? And he's like, I'll get back to you on the answer. The next day, the manager, he went up to me and he freaking fired me. And by the way, I was like the top sales associate. I had literally moved like $8 million that month by myself. Everyone else was like at 2 million, bro. But them firing me gave me the opportunity to open my own investment firm. So I could have been like, oh man, I'm so sad. They fired me. Oh no. Or I look at it as an opportunity. Okay, cool. And so I took everything I learned from them, right? And I just made my company way better. Built for sales savages to make millions of dollars. And that's what I did. And now I'm moving on. I don't want to run an investment firm. It's brick and mortar, so it requires me to be in there. So I'm in tech for fun. Okay, just so you know, I just filmed this movie called Candy Flip. And Candy Flip is just kind of my directorial debut. And, it's Cole Carter, Matt Rife, Jessica Belkin, Daniel Loving. They're starring in it. And, there's going to be some influencers. Tana Mojo is in it because that girl got some mojo. And yeah, it's a fun thing for me. It's a fun thing for me to make movies, and it's my creative outlet. Another part of me is the creativity of making money. Boy, I love doing that. So I'm getting into tech, right? I'm building some tech out in the AI, utilizing AI, and yeah, just a few other things that I'm gonna keep on wraps right now, but it's gonna be super fun. It's gonna be another win, right? In my head, it's already done, by the way, because that's what you need to be in order to be successful. You need to already be successful in your head. It needs to already be done. You need to have already won, right? So it's like, okay, I want to be a billionaire. Nope, I'm a billionaire. Like I literally record myself saying, I'm a billionaire. I, Jeffrey Ikahn, I'm a billionaire, a multi-billionaire on my phone, like 15, 30 minutes. I got 2 different ones. I got one at 15 minutes and one at 30 minutes. And I just literally listen to that. These are the things you need to do. I know it sounds a little crazy. I'd rather do that than being like, oh man, there's all these problems. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. It's going to be so hard. Oh no, competent. Oh. Come on, dude. Get with the program. And anyways, I'll end it at that, man, for now. Yo, so we out here in Miami. Got my girl out here. So we doing a little gallivanting, maybe a lot. It just depends. You know, however we feel. We're at the Fontainebleau, Chiconi's. It's at the spot right next door. So we're just walking real quick. We're gonna have us some pizza. We're gonna have us whatever the hell else we want. So anyways, I'm here at Chiconi's right now. And I just had the first taste of this wine. And I will say it's pretty good.
This is the season salad, and right here we have the beef carpaccio. There it is. Enjoy.
I'm gonna try this beef carpaccio and let's see what happens. The beef just literally melts in your tongue. You know what I mean? You like it? She said the salad's gonna be good with the pizza. We shall see. You know what I mean? Ready.
I mean, it looks so good, but damn, it's so tender too. But I want pizza.
Yeah, I'm clearly aware of the fact that it's much more better to look at her on camera as opposed to me. However, this is my vlog, so you guys. You like the wine?
Yeah, it's so good. Excellent choice.
Alright, I'm about to try this salad. It's a vegan Caesar with chickpea croutons. I ain't gonna lie, it has the most outrageous taste ever. So 1 out of 10, what do you give the salad?
With it being vegan without the anchovies, it's a solid 7. It's good though, everything's really fresh.
I'm just gonna do the sourdough because I'm a big sourdough guy. I love sourdough. A little piece, dip it in there in olive oil. By the way, you guys should know that olive oil is really, really good for your body. And let's do it like this. A little bit more bread, less crust. When it comes to bread, I'll fuck with sourdough.
When the pizza comes, oh my god.
What? When that pizza comes, what you gonna do, baby?
We have to fill in the melted cheese. It's so good.
We got a pizza coming. That's gonna be really good. Yeah.
This is the spicy salami pizza. Enjoy.
Yo, I'm gonna show you guys how to get a real piece of pizza, bro, without it falling apart. Kind of a small piece, though, bro.
That's the style.
Look at this tiny ass piece of pizza I just got. That piece is so wild, but all that matters is that we're about to eat this pizza right now. Pizza cheers. Bam. Let's do it. You should look at her, though. Alright, here I go. I think I'm gonna do it like OG style. I'm gonna throw 2 pizzas on top of each other. So here's what's gonna happen. That didn't make any difference at all, as you can see. To all the haters that said I couldn't do it, I did it, bro.
So it has spicy salami, green chilies, gnocchi mushrooms.
Let me get a wink.
Not on camera.
Damn, she won't even wink at me.
I don't do it for the gram. I do it for content.
You do it for Compton? So you wink for Compton? True G right there. She winks for Compton. She literally winks for Compton, bro. Not for the gram.
You're funny, dude.
Okay, do it for Compton then.
No.
Anyway, I'll show you guys how to wink for real though, okay? I'll give you a real wink, okay?
Explain it. Why do you want me to wink?
When you guys see a girl and she's like kind of looking at you, you look at her and you go, yeah. That's hilarious.